Hello and welcome to Ask Amrita and Bela on Child Development. So I'm Amrita Rajpal, and as usual, we have two questions that we're going to be answering. I'm taking the first one, and the question is, I've been singing rhymes to my child since he was a year old, but I'm not sure that this is helping. Of course, this is helping. Songs and rhymes for young children have been passed on from generations. They are fun and children love them, and they provide a warm, nurturing experience between the parent and the child. What we may not be aware of as we recite these simple nursery rhymes or sing songs with these children is the enormous educational value. So, experts in literacy, child development have discovered that if children know 8 nursery rhymes by heart by the time they're 4 years old, they're usually amongst the best readers by the time that they are 8 years old. So, rhymes help in language development. When children hear nursery rhymes, they not only hear the rhyme as a whole, they hear the sounds, they hear vowels, they hear consonants, and they learn how to put together these sounds and make words. So they also practice pitch, volume, voice inflection, as well as the rhythm of language. For example, listen to how you sound when you ask a question. Do you sound different when you tell a story? So children realize these differences and they can distinguish between them. So in nursery rhymes, children learn new words. They would not hear these words every day. So if I say Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water, fetch and pail are not words that you use in normal life. So they've already learned 2 new words in just one sentence. Another thing is that nursery rhymes are so short and they're easy to repeat. So they become part of a child's first, experience with language. Another thing it helps with is cognitive development. So nursery rhymes have patterns. So just because they rhyme, it's a pattern, right? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. So can you see the pattern? So they help children learn and easily recall and memorize these rhymes. Nursery rhymes usually tell a story, and this story has a beginning, it has a middle, and it has an end. So this also teaches children that events happen in a sequence, and they begin to learn to understand stories, and follow along the sequence. So nursery rhymes use patterns, they use sequence, they also learn to simple math skills like, numbers, counting, and other math words that children need to learn, such as size, that's big, small, tall, short, and weight. And nursery rhymes also introduce alliteration. When you have a nursery rhyme like goosey, goosey, gander, can you see all 3 words start with the same sound? And a child gets used to using those words in that manner. They also build on imaginative imagery. Children hear these rhymes, they act out what these characters are doing. So just like I said, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. They can imagine that eggs sitting on a wall. They also help in physical development. So children develop their mouth and tongue muscles by using these different sounds in the rhyme. So rhymes involve movement, they help with coordination. In dramatic play, children use their whole bodies to act out these nursery rhymes they hear. Incy, Wincy, Spider, they're using their fingers to act it out. Down came the rain. So they're doing all these gestures and building on muscles. They also help in social and emotional development. So, singing nursery rhymes provides a very safe and secure bond between parents or teachers and children. And, it's got this positive physical touch between a parent and a child, or between children, for example. Old MacDonald had a farm. Everyone can just hold hands and do this. This is so important for social development. Funny nursery rhymes also allow children to develop a sense of humor. So nursery rhyme characters experience all these different emotions, and this can help children identify their own emotions and understand the emotions of others. So this builds emotional development. Like you say, अब बिल्ली हमारी देखो बैठी बेचारी, लगे सबको है प्यारी, अजीबा वाह वाह अजीबा वाह वाह। चुपके चुपके से जाती देखो चुआ पकड़ती, चुपके चुपके से जाती देखो चुआ पकड़ती. Now, can you see those different emotions which are showing over there? And children act out these nursery rhymes, the stories that they hear. They learn to imagine, they become creative, they express themselves. So we know rhymes help in language, physical, social, emotional, and cognitive development. So please go right ahead and enjoy singing nursery rhymes with your toddler.
The second question for today is how to stop nagging and yelling at my children. We as parents feel that children must always listen to us. We forget that they have a mind of their own and they would like to do it their way. We need to build a healthy relationship with our kids and seek their cooperation. So instead of yelling and screaming at them, we can always have that cooperation built up. No one likes to be yelled at. I am sure you will agree to this. There are certain things that we need to keep in mind to build that relationship and cooperation. Firstly, you have to ask respectfully. Your tone is very important. No one likes to be ordered. Do it. Just like we don't like to be told, even the kids don't like it. When you speak in an authoritative voice and insist it is done, your child may do it because he is scared of you. But there goes your chance of bonding with your child. This could make the child more rebellious. I'm sure you don't want that, right? So the one thing we need to do is to stop commanding. Ask them to cooperate. You can do this by changing your words and tone. Instead of saying, pick up your toys if you want me to tell you a story, try saying, I would appreciate it if you could pick up your toys so we can listen to the story. By using words like appreciate and we, it sounds like a teamwork. If your child is engrossed in an activity he enjoys, he may not be willing to cooperate at that time. You should try and give choices. For example, your child is watching TV. His favorite TV show is on and he's watching TV and he has to complete his homework also for the next day. Now what are you going to do? So if you try to forcefully drag him out and say you have to complete your homework, he is going to resent it and throw a tantrum. Instead of telling your child, enough with TV, go do your homework, try telling him, I know that you are watching your favorite program on TV, but doing your homework is important too. So, would you like to do it now or after 5 minutes? When you give your child choice, he feels that he has made the decision. Children are more than ready to cooperate if they are a part of the solution. So please try involving your child and asking for their cooperation. Yelling is not the solution. No one feels good after yelling. Nor the parent who's yelling at the child and nor the child who's being yelled at. If you are yelling all the time, the child will not listen to you when you speak nicely because he has got so used to you yelling, he waits for that to start. So please avoid that at all times. It is you who has created this monster. Sometimes the child starts yelling back too. I will not be surprised when he grows up, he will yell at his children too. Younger children are not attentive at the time, especially when they are engrossed in play. You want your child to come for lunch. So you will say, after playing for 5 minutes, come for lunch, then ask them to repeat what you had asked him to do. The repetition will help him remember. Repeating after you will help the child to register what you had asked him to do. Remember to acknowledge your child when he listens to you. It works wonders. Yes, it does. Do try out these tips and let me know which one has worked for you. And If you have any more questions, please feel free to write to us on theabcdshow6@gmail.com, and we'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. Looking forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.